Today I'm at Lab 11, which is a club just outside Birmingham city centre, quite near the Bull Ring. In actual fact, Lab 11 was my first ever client in Birmingham when I started practising in 2013. It was my first ever licensing application when I applied for a new licence, which is the licence they still hold today. I'm here today to talk about expedited or summary reviews of premises licence, which occur when a senior police officer considers that the premises are in some way associated with serious crime. That doesn't necessarily mean that the premises are entirely culpable, just that there is some form of association with serious crime. In actual fact, in the last 12 months, I believe I conducted around 10% of the expedited reviews in the country, and that's partly as a consequence of a significant part of my practice being within Birmingham. In the last 6 years, I've dealt with a huge number of expedited reviews, some of which have been in association with guns, knives, huge violent disorders, inevitably drugs, and unlawful killings. And many licensees find the whole process to be both bewildering and distressing at the same time. The licence holder often knows that an expedited review is coming their way is when a notification is posted outside the premises, but that's not always the case. And in actual fact, to suspend the licence in the first instance, there's no requirement even for a hearing to take place. Following that, and if the licence is suspended, and quite frankly it always is in those circumstances, then the licensee has the opportunity to apply to the local licensing authority to lift that suspension of the licence and to replace it with another step that is available to the licensing authority. Different licensing law practitioners have different approaches in relation to that part of the process. Certainly my view as to the best approach is to try and engage with the local police service as quickly as possible in order to identify the issues that gave them the concerns in the first place. And the reason I have that view is if the premises is looking to lift that suspension within the 28 days, it is less than likely that that is going to take place unless there is some support from the local police service. Also, a requirement under this part of the legislation is within 28 days a requirement for a full review hearing. Unlike with a standard review of a licence, that 28-day time limit is absolute, and so there is a limited time for a licence to take and demonstrate to the licensing authority steps that they have taken or propose to take in order to address the concerns that gave rise to the review in the first place. A serious incident took place at Lab 11 last autumn, and following that the premise licence was subject to an expedited review. I worked with the venue in discussion and dialogue with West Midlands Police, and in that instance the suspension of the premises licence was lifted some 2 weeks after the initial application, and following that the full review followed the same course. Should you be unfortunate enough to find yourself in the same position, I would strongly suggest seeking legal advice immediately.